All right, so if you guys are unaware, Supermassive Games has apparently announced that they are laying off staff. But not only are they laying off staff, they are going to be delaying their upcoming sci-fi horror game, which it's funny because when I reacted to this trailer, I didn't even realize that it was a sci-fi horror game. I thought it was more just like a suspenseful game, not quite horror. But I guess they're classifying it as a sci-fi horror. This particular game, if you guys remember, we reacted to this trailer on HypnoCast. I think I even uploaded a video about it. They covered this in the Summer Games Fest. This game, from Supermassive Games is being delayed until 2026. And the studio is getting hit with layoffs on top of that. So let's talk about all of this and see what's going on. So this particular game is called Directive 8020, a dark pictures game. And when I looked at this game, the trailer didn't show anything other than, the character exploring the environments, reacting to QTEs and basically just walking around, running around and stuff like that. I'm sure there's combat. I'm sure there's something in it because at the end of the trailer, they try to get you with the big surprise, like, oh, it's an alien or something like that on the planet that she got stranded on. But in any case, Supermassive Games is conducting another, keep in mind the keyword, another round of layoffs. The company said, as part of the same announcement, the British studio has also confirmed the delay of its upcoming horror title, Directive 8020, a dark pictures game. According to a cache version of Supermassive's official website, reviewed by GameRant, the Guildford Bates studio had over 350 employees as of June 2023, a 40% year-on-year increase. This marked its peak headcount to date, as the Dark Pictures anthology developer began downsizing shortly after. In February 2024, Supermassive announced layoffs, citing business challenges stemming from macro industry trends as the chief reason for the move. No official numbers were given at the time, but the workforce reduction is said to have limited it around almost 100 employees. Okay, so that's clearly a lot of people. And this happened at the beginning of last year. But on July 22nd, the British developer announced its second round of layoffs in the last 18 months alone. The downsizing will result in Supermassive eliminating up to 36 positions. I have to question how many of this has to do with bloat, right? Because obviously the gaming industry is heavily bloated. There is way too many people in the gaming industry that just they really should not be there, right? They should not be working there. It's extremely bloated. They do damn near nothing. They have fake jobs. Like a lot of it's bloated, right? But not all of it's bloated. There's got to be some legitimate people there. I wonder if a lot of these layoffs have to do with the acceptance of AI amongst many studios, right? Because we have seen Xbox fire people. Legitimately, they fired people recently and replaced them with the AI that they made, right? So I wonder how much of this has to do with AI and the realization that AI has gotten to the point where it could be usable, to the point where it can eliminate a lot of these extra jobs that they might have not wanted to have in the first place, but felt like it was somewhat necessary at the time. Well, clearly they're not really necessary anymore. But in a statement posted to its social media channels, which we're going to go over right now, the company labeled the layoffs as a very difficult decision. Every single one of them say the same thing. It's always a very difficult decision. They didn't take it lightly. The people who got fired are amazing. They did nothing wrong, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Supermassive characterized the move as part of its ongoing efforts to adapt to the challenging and ever-evolving environment that is the modern video game industry. So let's read their statement. I'm going to read every single bit of their statement here. This was available on X right now. It says a statement from Supermassive Games. The games industry remains a challenging and ever-evolving environment. As we adapt our team structure to better align with these changes, we've had to make the very difficult decision to begin a redundancy consultation process where we anticipate losing up to 36 of our colleagues. This decision was not taken lightly, and we know this will be an incredibly difficult time for everyone. Our absolute priority will be to offer full support to all those affected. Here's what I will say about these studios. This particular industry, the gaming industry, is one of the few industries I've ever seen where they do mass layoffs and they actually try to give everyone a severance. And I'm not saying like they give them a great severance. I'm just saying that it seems like they at least try to give them a little bit of severance and maybe some, coaching and trying to get another job. But the truth is, the amount of jobs that are available in the gaming industry are dwindling. Everybody's getting fired and not many people are getting rehired. And that's because the positions are not trying to be filled. They're not firing people to refill those positions. They're firing people to get rid of those positions completely. They're not trying to refill them. So it's going to be very difficult for someone else who gets fired to get another job if, maybe their position is no longer available. But we remain focused on our upcoming projects and have made the decision to move the launch of Directive 8020 to the first half of 2026. So, I mean, that could be 1 to 6 months, right? That could be January or that could be the summer. We have no idea. The response to the game so far has been fantastic, and this additional time will help us deliver the very best experience for our fans. We are deeply grateful for the patience and support of our community. There is no impact. Okay, those of you who are fans of Little Nightmares, there is no impact on the development of Little Nightmares 3. So that's a plus. That's a huge plus because I like Little Nightmares, so that's awesome. But again, I just think that a lot of this has to do with AI. On top of the fact that they're getting rid of the fat, I think a lot of it has to do with AI. AI is playing a big part in why all of these people are suddenly being fired like crazy. The July 22nd announcement also apparently saw a supermassive delay in one of its upcoming projects, Directive 8020, which we talked about. Previously, it was given an October 2nd release date back in February. And you know what's crazy? So this game is a horror game. It should release in October. That would be great, right? I feel like this game should release in October. The fact that it's not releasing in October is not a good look, right? That's a huge missed opportunity for Supermassive Games. Since the late announcement did not include another date, it's possible that Supermassive is targeting a Q2 rather than Q1 launch. These are some of the screenshots from the game. In case you guys don't remember the trailer, you know, this woman is damn near like in everything now these days. It just looks like, people said it looks like a Dead Space, a walking sim a little bit, but at least you could get some screenshots to get an idea. And then back in June, Supermassive attached an October 10 release date to Little Nightmares 3. In other upcoming horror games is affected by the newly confirmed layoffs, the company said. I think there's a little bit of irony. There's a little bit of irony that Little Nightmares 3 is going to get an October release, but their supposed brand new horror game is not going to get an October release. I think there's a little bit of irony there for that. So let's watch this together to remind you guys what this game is. And then maybe you can let me know whether you were looking forward to it or not.
Status report.
Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Doesn't look too bad.
Doesn't look too good either.
What is that? You feeling all right?
My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
What is that? This ship is infected with an alien organism. It still doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started. Lord have mercy.
Do you think Williams knows more about this substance than he's letting on? No! You can't take any chances with him.
It can manipulate its physical appearance. It's changing its cellular structure. It's replicating the human form. It's replacing us.
I know this will be difficult to hear.
Yeah, you see why I'm calling it like a psychological type thriller horror game? I really didn't think it was like a horror game. But yeah.
But if you're still out there, you deserve the truth.
So that is it. That is basically it. Directive. Well, hold on. What's this? This shit just fucking screams Dead Space, bro. It screams Dead Space in almost every way. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, like, I don't want to say we've seen it before because obviously you're allowed to remake something similar, but this is literally just Dead Space with a black female. It seems like that's really what it looks like. So I don't know. We'll see whenever this game comes out, but it's no longer going to be coming out on October 2nd. And it got officially delayed. That's it. That's all there is to it. But in any case, unfortunately, it looks like Supermassive Games is the next studio that is affected by what is going on in the gaming industry. You know, things are just coming home when it comes to this industry, and all the bloat, all the fat is getting trimmed. And like I said before, I don't think their positions are getting refilled. I don't think that's what it's for. I think they are completely removing all the positions, and that is it. They're going to just let them die off, and whatever happens with these people happens. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. Are you disappointed by this? Were you looking forward to this game, Directive 8020, or were you not really caring? Whatever that may be, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.